Welcome to Ragnarok and Roll, a podcast where legends are forged and the gods shape the fates of mortals. Join us as we set sail into Midgard, a Viking Age setting for the Genesys RPG, where the frozen fjords meet fiery destinies, and prepare for epic battles in Francia, the cunning schemes of warlords, and the ancient mysteries, as our raiders carve their saga into the annals of history. Shields up, warriors, blades at the ready. Let the saga begin.
Hi, this is Kelly, aka Trixie from Ragnarok and Roll, assigned to Ragnarok Story, and Tilda Wimblewick from D&D Journey of the 5th Edition. First off, I would just like to say thank you to everyone for listening to our varied adventures, as well as for rating us on iTunes and rpgpodcast.com. If you haven't rated us yet, we would greatly appreciate it if you could. And if you're looking for more ways to support our efforts, we are now on Patreon, a great site where you can help us continue making more podcasts, as well as some special surprises for our patrons. If you can, please look us up at www.patreon.com/cppn. Every little bit helps. And again, thank you for listening.
As you kick the door and you look back at your colleague who did this weird half stumble and you're like, ha ha! As you kick the door, it kind of catches on the leather of your boot and kind of pulls you to the point of where you fall prone. But the door swings open super quickly, and you notice it's fairly dark in here. There's like a single candle lit in here. And it kind of throws weird shadows at first, but you clearly can tell it is a well-stocked storage room. There's barrels of different kind of food. There's some big bushel baskets full of some fresh apples and pears, it looks like, and maybe some grapes. And you see all of this just before your foot catches and you go, whoa, and get knocked prone.
Oh,
not quite as stylish, but that's okay.
That's embarrassing.
So we'll find a nifty little token for your falling over.
Oh, you don't have to do that.
And you kind of not even notice that there's a whimpering sound in the room as you're unceremoniously put on the floor, back first.
Yeah. No, he's too busy being embarrassed to notice anybody whimpering in the room.
Mm-hmm. And as that happens, let's take a quick 5-minute break. Because I need to step out for just a sec. And it has nothing to do with yelling at the dog that is sitting in my lap currently. It is not allowed in this room. Alright, I'll be right back, guys.
Yep. Oh. Look out, cat.
Yeah.
Yeah, don't move. Idiot. Oh. So who's your primary out there at the VA?
Lacey?
Oh, Lacey? Okay.
Yeah. I haven't seen her in a couple months, though, but I just went in for a eye appointment, so I got my shots.
Oh. Actually, Lacey, she's actually, you won't see her until January.
Why is that?
Out maternity leave. I believe it's Lacey.
She definitely wasn't pregnant the last time I saw her, so that doesn't mean anything. Yeah, again, like 4 or 5 months. Yeah.
I think Lacey. I think that's the one we're setting up a virtual
Akatil
clinic for. Oh, Akatil? No, okay. No, it's when the hell is it? I'm trying to think. Okay. Then no, it's not her. Yeah, we got
Lisa's a PA.
Yeah, all the providers hard to keep up sometimes, but we're setting up.
They come and go so often.
Well, Lacey's been there a while.
Yeah,
I just don't remember where, but there we go.
Well, it was I've had for 3 years now.
Cool.
I had some guy, I can never pronounce his name before that, who did nothing but fuck up my prescriptions. He would put them in, but then he wouldn't hit like enter or something like that, so they never actually go into the system. And then the first guy I had was awesome, but I only had him for like 2 visits before he retired. My first time seeing him, he's like, because I have like 15 service-related things on my, and he's like, I should just let you play in traffic. It's like,
yeah.
But yeah, and then I went to this guy that the idiot I had in Chicago. Oh my God. He's like, yeah, you need to lose 80 pounds. I'm like, I only weigh 245 pounds. Yeah, you need to lose 80 pounds. I'm like, I'm sitting there thinking, it's like my lean body mass is 200 or 180 pounds, and he wants me at like 160 or something like that. I'm like, I look like Kate Moss on a diet.
Wow.
I mean, it's like,
yeah, I know for like Weight Watchers and shit. When I looked at that, I'm like 6'1", and the body weight that they wanted was 175, and I'm like, that's never happening, and that's not natural.
Well, I mean, BMI isn't accurate at anything. Why they use it, I'll never understand.
Yeah, well, this was, they wanted me down to 175. I'm like, that's not ever happening. So.
Yeah, I mean, it's like, when I got out of basic, I was 195, and, my ex, she looked at me and she goes, "Are you okay?" It's like, yeah, I mean, it's, yeah, so I was like, that guy, I'm just sitting there looking at him like, yeah, it's like, okay, if I weighed 285 pounds, yeah, sure, 80, but I'm just like looking at him, it's like, because they go by BMI, it's like,
yeah,
and their justification for why BMI works is because people with extremely low body fat and high body fat tend to be diabetic. Okay.
Well, definitely overweight, yes. So. Well,
the ones if you're under a certain percentage, you tend to have issues too, because it's still not healthy. But it's like, first off, BMI was invented by some Danish mathematician for the French army in World War I to keep track of the health of the army in general, not individuals. So it basically works for 18 to 25-year-olds. That are underfed.
Yeah, really, the reason that BMI still gets used is just because it's very simple to calculate.
Yeah, but it's
just height. It's height in centimeters squared divided by mass in kilograms.
Yeah, but it doesn't mean anything.
Not really.
It's kind of like,
gives you a good general idea. But
I mean, it's like, in the army. Well, I mean, in the military, using the neck and waist, measurement to determine body fat, that can be up to 6% off.
Wow, how bad?
The other thing is you got people that are super muscular and stuff, and it's not body fat.
No, but I mean, it's different body types. I mean, it's like, or skeletal structures are going to measure differently. But yeah, so that's why, I mean, I don't know when they instilled it, but like when I was in, you had, to actually kick somebody out for body fat, you had to put them in a pod. You couldn't just go off. I mean, you could put them on profile for the neck, but that was it for the neck and waist thing. But yeah, you couldn't kick them out for it. They had to put them in the body pod. And considering there's only like one on each base, it's never used. But yeah, but BMI is just a joke.
No.
Yeah. I mean, by BMI, I'm technically no longer obese.
Okay, let's see here.
But that's because I have lost 26 pounds in the past 3 months.
Damn.
What have you been doing? Why?
I just reduced my caloric intake.
Okay.
It's just like
Basically,
not
what you're
even
saying
extra-
is he's broke, so he can't afford food.
As
No,
long as
I've-
it's
actually,
a good
I have
drop, but not a bad
plenty-
drop.
Yeah, no, I
mean,
plenty of money actually because I'm eating less. But like, it's just I'm now doing 1,600 calories a day.
Oh, I'm sorry. A Belgian
not like
astronomer,
you were,
mathematician,
like,
statistician,
fat or anything.
sociologist. Okay.
I mean, I was pretty hefty.
eh.
It's like I was 230 pounds.
I would say you were wiry to start with.
I was wiry long ago.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Before COVID happened.
I was gonna say, what's all those crazy East Coast late night parties done to you?
Yeah.
You think I go to parties? I do not go out nearly enough, to be honest.
Everybody back, or is Christopher still
Yeah.
gone?
I'm here.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, okay.
Are all back.
So yeah, scientists in 1972 for BMI, if not fully satisfactory, at least as good as any other relative weight index. That's why it's used, because it's good enough.
Yeah. Hey.
I mean, the problem with BMI is it doesn't take the myriad of genetic diversities of people.
Yeah. Again, I mean, how many different body types are there?
Exactly.
I mean, it's because you have skinny little guys. I mean, like narrow guys and wide guys. I mean,
Yeah.
Because
Like-
it's like, I'm sorry, but like David and I are broader than Raymond.
Hmm.
Yeah.
I was gonna say, if you take like someone from the Philippines, it's usually a smaller frame. I mean,
Well, they tend to be shorter and a little stockier.
uh
Kind of like the Mayans, they're shorter and stockier.
yeah,
But
yeah.
it's funny because I had a boss that his family was from the Philippines, and I made fun of him. He's like, I'm average height. I'm like, dude, you're 5'3". He's like, for a Filipino.
Alrighty.
Okay, so there we were, top of the order. People are screaming. There's a guy whose neck is stuck to the windowsill, feet flapping like a chicken out there. People start screaming from that building. I wonder why. Everybody else is like, Cascuse, shriek.
Somebody pinned the tail on the donkey. That's why they're screaming.
The
Oh,
two
not playing that
houses,
game.
the two houses further down that can shout across each other like, what's going on? And they're like, I don't know. Something's going on at the Baron's house.
Probably just another one of his wild parties.
And who's
Yeah.
Didn't
going?
get
in the
invited
middle
again.
of a Viking raid.
I mean, because you guys do know that the people knew you were coming because there was a welcoming party at the beach.
Oh, yeah.
Right?
Yeah, so somebody saw you guys coming a mile away, so to speak. Actually, kind of
So-
literally a mile away.
So they're just upset they weren't invited to the soiree with the people that came at the beach.
And as
And obviously the Baron's having a party without them.
we've got our covert guy with the bow ready, the string still going as he's pretending to be a French lookout on the roof. We've got the three thugs inside the building, each kicking in the door, kind of. Or the door's
I have
kicking
kicked it
back.
over.
That's the kind of part. You more have kicked it with your mind, with your ear.
He's all cautious, listening.
Let's have Leaf break into the other room that we're not covering.
Oh yeah, we forgot about Leaf.
Can't forget about Leaf.
Oh,
Leaf,
yeah.
Leaf
my brother.
quietly sitting there eating food at the table. He's just like got this big lamb.
He's a
rib
growing
bone.
boy.
Nom,
He's a
nom.
growing boy. He needs it.
He goes, brother, this food is amazing.
Yeah, because you got this.
Keep it down, Leaf.
Go check out
the food and the volume.
All right, who's going first? Are you gonna go beat up a little kid or person or woman or what?
I'll go. I'm gonna open my door.
All right.
So the door is definitely locked.
I
I hate it when the peasantry actually lock their door during invasion time.
Half of me just says, just kick it down like the rest of them. The other half says, here's Johnny! I think I just need to kick it down. I can't. It's more effective.
Come on. You can do it. Be a Viking. Kick it down.
Kick it down.
Yeah, I've got the difficulty set there.
Of course, he forgot to tell you this is an iron-bound door.
I think with 4 successes, it's still a fucking break. The door might be bound in iron, but the fucking thick toothpick that he used to spar it.
The slide lock mechanism just shattered, and wood slivers go flying inside, and the door's open. And you clearly see 3 French women in pretty nice outfits kind of clutching each other. You know, one of them looks like she's taken a smack to the face in the last week or so, and it's starting to heal up. But they're all young, attractive women.
Such brutal people. They beat their women.
And you notice a very large bed in this room. There's some clothes cabinets. There's a couple ceremonial swords mounted on the wall. And an obvious stand in the corner that's made for holding armor when not being currently used. Unfortunately, there is no armor there.
Aw, this is probably sitting in the sand on the beach. Just saying.
Remember that one guy y'all could
I'm gonna usher them out of the room.
Okay, give me a coercion. I'm giving you a free upgrade.
That's not gonna help a whole lot.
I'm giving you a black dice. I wasn't ready yet, sorry. And a black dice with the language barrier. Okay, your pool is ready. And you say some harsh words. Of course, the camera pans behind these maidens, and they just see this Viking warrior that's already got blood on him, and he's just like, rah, 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 rah. And they're just like...
All I said was, ladies, please step out. I have no intention of hurting you. And they start screaming. I think they'd never seen a gentleman.
And in French, they're like, his words hurt my ears, the barbarians. My lady, we must kill ourselves than to be captured. And you totally see for the fails there, one of them pulls a little dagger out. What would you like for the advantage?
I mean, I guess I have a strain I can recover.
Okay. As he just like sighs and recovers the strain. One of us has to learn French.
I don't wanna. It sounds like you're hawking up a loogie, but like nonstop.
Right?
That's German.
But to his German ears, it sounds the opposite.
Yeah, they're like phlegmy sounding.
I mean, let's be honest. French and Latin, you know, it almost sounds the same. It's almost like they're both a Romance language.
Yeah, pretty sure
Right.
Vikings wouldn't know Latin.
They hear it before
No, I did 3 tours on the Varangian Guard, so...
Yeah.
It's a good song. What? Said it's a good song.
Yeah.
That's all of you're done?
Yep.
Yep, that's me.
Who's going next?
I'll go. I move in. sword and shield.
As soon as you move around the bed, you see that there's a younger woman dressed up in pastel-colored dress, and she's clutching a child, probably about a 5 or 6-year-old boy or girl. You can't quite tell because she's kind of like shoving a blanket and pillow around the child to protect it. And she takes this feeble, slightly more than a butter knife and points at you. Probably looks more akin to a fish knife with a hint of a hook at the end, a little point. It does not look like it would be very damaging, especially in her dainty hands. But she looks at you and her eyes kind of glare like she's gonna cut you, motherfucker. The universal language of cut you, motherfucker.
I will motion for her to follow.
You give her the sword gesture or the hand gesture?
The shield.
Okay.
Both hands are kind of occupied, but kind of a...
Slightly less intimidating than the sword.
Yeah.
Okay, so let me... Go ahead and give me a coercion. And you're trying to look non-threatening? I mean, that's what I'm hearing, but I just want to make sure. Okay, so I will give you a blue for your attempt to not look like a menacing man who just destroyed the door.
Pomperemo.
Why do I... Oh, -1 black. Okay. Coercion?
Yep. As you make this gesture and the soft facial features soften under your armor, as you're just like, come on out, and you gesture with the shield, and she looks at your sword and shield, and the fact that thankfully you're not covered in blood at the moment, and she looks at the child, and she says something in French you don't quite make out, as she gets up and kind of protectively puts herself between the child and you, and she holds the kid in a death grip and pulls the child behind her as she kind of steps forward, keeps a little space between you just to be safe. But what would you like for those two advantages?
I'll take some strain.
As she takes you in as you relax and feel your heaving
chest I don't have to
air.
Run a sword through her and the kid, so I relaxed a little bit. Take a breather.
Ah, these are civilized people. Nothing like what we've been told.
Not about civilized, smart. Alright. Alright, next.
Okay. I would like to...
Remember, you're on the floor.
Stand up. I was going to say, I would like to stand up and see what's making the noise in here.
Okay, it's fairly not well lit. It's just got a single candle hanging there. Go ahead and give me a perception check.
Okay. Don't forget to remove your little token or symbol there.
Okay. Yeah, please remove the...
You can do it.
No.
Click on yourself, click on the circle.
If you click on the circle and then you scroll down, you'll see the take a knee symbol. And if you just click it, it'll go away.
Actually, it's arrows in the back symbol, but...
I call it arrows.
Got it.
There you go.
Oh, nice. Okay, thank you.
Yeah. You
and
can apply any of those anytime.
Okay.
Yes.
Oh my.
As you look around, you're getting to your feet, and you wave your arrow, your sword, pointing at things, trying to rustle something, and you hear a slight movement, shifting sound in the room, but you can't quite place it in this room. That little single flickering candle is making more shadows than anything else in here. I mean, if you want to totally go against the hallway there's, oil sconces. Yeah. You could totally pull one up and light the room up.
Will that cost me a strain? Because, yes, I would like to get light.
So you have used your movement to get on your feet, and you have done an action. So if you want to, I'll give you for 2 strain that you can reach out, grab one of the torches, and wave it around.
I will do that.
Hopefully make things easier next time.
Yes. Yes.
And all of a sudden, when you wave the light, the torchlight blasts that crappy candlelight out with real light, you totally notice that some of the scratching noise you're hearing is actually animal traps that look to have chickens in them.
Nice!
There's a couple, weaved boxes that are the equivalent of a cage for chickens. And there's
nice
chickens in here.
We've got chicken.
Good. Fresh chicken.
We got fresh meat.
Meat's back on the menu, boys.
Okay. I'm not going to bother to tell them to follow me.
But he's already planning his first cockfight match on the boat ride home.
Right.
That rooster's eyeballing you. We only need hens. And then out of nowhere, you hear this holler through the doorway here as there's a crashing sound. Brother, we have some kind of merchant or magistrate in here.
Bring them out to the table. If there's people, bring them to the table. I holler down the hall.
You heard him! To the table! It doesn't sound very convincing, but we're gonna find out. He's not getting away from the desk! Brother, should I run him through?
Stop him by any means necessary.
As you clearly hear him tell him, if you move, I will stab you. And then he says, come out to the table. Totally conflicting requests.
Sounds about right.
Sounds like a rookie cop. Don't
Hands
move.
up, don't
Go
move.
over there. What?
Don't move. Get on your knees.
All right, what you doing up top?
Okay, top of the order.
Well, anybody? I haven't gone yet.
Yeah, what you gonna do?
Anybody else sticking their head out?
You still have these further away buildings with they're yelling things at each other, trying to figure out what's going on.
Okay.
Think you can make that? What is that, long or extreme?
It's long. Should be long, right?
Yep, and you are gladly liking the fact that they are silhouetting themselves.
I will aim and shoot at the one on the right. That one.
Okay. And I'm giving you a black dice because there's only a head to aim for.
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay.
You just flipped a story?
I did.
No.
Bastard. I was ready to flip one for him, but...
Well, there are trees in the way, so, we'll go with that.
Yeah, well.
It's going to be a hard shot. Don't roll yet. Let me make sure my dice was clear. I just used
I have like 6 die and have to
there you
re-roll,
go.
and that would suck.
They're large rips.
Oh,
shit.
Well, actually, we need some...
Oh. Dude, what'd you do? No counter dice?
There we go. It's still... It's still...
Yeah.
So 3 successes is they're yelling at each other, calling each other frog, this or that. Arrow goes whizzing through the trees and pierces a single leaf. As you do how much damage?
11.
Again.
And what does it look like when this head gets, skewered lethally?
Oh, let's see. I had him stuck to the wall last time. I can't do that again.
Just have them drop down between them. They're all arguing as the guy just flops to the ground between them with an arrow sticking up.
Just right out of his eye.
Argument settled. As the body slithers back inside the window, and you see just like the hand that was holding the shutter lets go, and the shutter slams closed and slowly creaks open, a scream just rips out of that building. As someone obviously just saw the corpse with an arrow in it just come flopping onto the floor.
Where did that come from? They're all over the place. Shooting us.
Okay. I want to go next and hit this one.
Okay, so top of the order. Things are happening now. Interesting things. I'm going to go with a color that can be seen easily.
Thank you.
Door gets opened over here. The one that just had the arrow go through there. People are going and basically running for the hills. Because the fact that someone just murdered somebody there has kind of got their attention.
But which way do you run? You don't know where they're shooting from.
That's going to be the best part of the, panic. Okay. Why is it not pasting the people out there?
So where are the peoples?
I know.
That's what I'm looking for. Apparently Roll20 is not putting the people out there. Let's fix that.
Really?
Yeah, let me refresh.
You should have all kind of art, shouldn't you?
Oh, I got the art. It's just that it's not pasting it on the map.
Whoa, they're giants. Oh my god. Oh, wait. And they're Fallout. They're future people. Holy shit.
Thank goodness they're running.
Right?
You found the land of the giants.
I was gonna say, what did you use? All I got is like heroes and villains, which are like bards and all kinds of funky little dudes.
We're gonna make them easier to see, because
Subscription sets. I don't have any subscription sets. What? Oh.
As six people
I do have lost my
pouring out.
6 beeps.
6 peasants. You see maybe a pair of pitchforks between them as weapons. As the doors burst open and they come running out, and they look like they're going to go in all different directions.
Nice.
Okay.
And
they run around like chickens.
Over here, the third target of opportunity closes the damn shutter. He immediately
I don't know what just happened. I closed the window.
And he's just like, yoink! And closes the window behind him with a small shuttery slam sound.
If I can't see them, they can't see me.
Right?
Facts.
So who's going first? Top of the order.
What you doing, Dagan? You got a shot?
I'm gonna go for this one.
You're gonna shoot the poor peasants? I mean, they're just running.
Target rich opportunity.
They're slaves.
Did you ever put that torch out?
Nope.
No.
Oh.
The roof is slowly catching on fire.
Starting to smolder. He's standing there looking for a shot, and he's like,
oh shit.
Oh shit.
Inside the living room, now that no one's standing in the living room, you see like the first ember come creeping through the cracks in the wood slats.
Yeah, I'll start stomping out the fire.
Why is there a fog coming in? It smells like smoke, though.
Smells like
Wasn't there a fire in
burning
the
last
fireplace?
year's thatch.
There is.
So you're gonna try to put the fire out?
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, if only you had done it sooner. Go ahead and give me an athletics as you try to stomp that fire out. Stomp that fire. Stomp that fire. Oh, an upgrade.
Why is he dancing up there? What the hell's he doing?
Yeah, got that upgrade in there for you.
Oh shit!
As you are stomping the fire, and it's just,
Spreading
and you
the flame.
pick it, and a couple thatch pieces go flaking off, and spreading it to now a 3 purple fire.
Fucking hell.
Okay, I am climbing down the ladder.
Dude! What do you mean? Put it out! Piss on it!
No.
Put it out, or get my rope back.
Piss on the thing. Jesus. Oh, it's gonna burn down. I guess I'll go in the burning building.
Hey guys, I gotta tell you something. The roof is on fire. I decided to go in the building because obviously at the monastery they'll see the roof on fire and give us congratulations for succeeding on our mission.
Yeah, that becomes problematic, like securing the slaves now.
By Odin,
Plus-
our brethren have burned down the city.
You're burning down the room with all the loot.
If we want to talk about loot, it's probably the helpful loot's probably down here in this building.
Yeah, but I mean, yeah, we got people to secure, and
Chickens.
this guy might be worth knowledge, but
Yeah.
all right.
As you come down the ladder and you hear there's noise in this room of, Brother, I've stabbed this magistrate and he hasn't gotten out of the chair. And of course, you're hearing a whole bunch of French being said, saying, Stop stabbing me! I am a fat old Frenchman! So who's going next?
But
They shared
I'm
the
not
same brain.
on it.
They saved
It's like
this-
all orange tabbies. You share the same brain cell.
Yes, they did. So
quantum brain cell entanglement.
It's just
You
so
wind-
happens
you
Leif
wind
has
them up.
a third of it, and Joseph has 2/3 of the cell.
he's a berserker. We just wind him up and point him at the enemy.
Here's a mushroom. Go ahead.
All right. I will direct the ladies to the table,
And they
not knowing that the roof is on fire.
kind of awkwardly follow you, and then your friend, slumps down the stairs and, is near the table himself. She immediately says some words to the child and scoots the child to come sit at the table, and she kind of semi-demurely, not very, very ladylike, more, you're thinking more work, peasant class, sits down at the table and looks at you with unanswered questions in her eyes.
Yes, I push food towards them, particularly the child,
And the
and
kid
kind of
just
gesture to eat.
immediately grabs the food and just starts gnawing on the food. The eternal gift of a hungry child.
I cleared my room. Bring the rest of them to the main table.
All right.
As immediately she's shaking hands, pouring herself some wine, and she takes a sip, and then she kind of slides the wine glass still full towards you to see if you want to drink the wine.
I ignore her at the moment as I assess the room, though I've done everything, so I can't do a perception.
As you
Alright.
see your colleague jumps down, you're like, hey, how's it going up on the roof?
Figure it's all secure.
It's on fire.
I'll go into this room and push them out of the room since they don't want to just walk out.
Okay, under threats of physical violence, they will comply.
Then I'm going to start looking around the room. We're here to loot. It might be a rich house.
Secure the prisoners, then we search the rooms.
They're in the hallway. They can't do anything.
So do me a favor. Give me 2 perception checks.
Oh boy.
You want to do the easier one first or the hard one?
Do the easier one first.
Okay.
That way you can get more advantage.
Joke's on you. I'm not going to roll any advantage.
You did. See,
Well,
you lied.
Yep.
You totally give the room a once over, and you're just like, everything of value seems to have been taken or is on the women's bodies hidden. That's your assumption.
Yep. All right, and then the second perception check.
Yep. Go ahead.
Now
Are
with
you
the blue.
passing a blue to yourself?
Yeah, I'm passing a blue myself.
Okay, I've got the blue there as you hastily started searching things. Oh my
Ha!
god.
Look at that. Wow.
And
That's crazy.
all of a sudden, as you're like throwing some shit around and checking for it, because you're like, there's got to be something valuable here. You don't live in a house like this with servants like this and have, nothing. And then all of a sudden, you kind of shove the bed, which is one of those 4-poled, canopy beds with the cover. And immediately when you shove the bed, the floorboard creaks in a way that makes, does not sound like just a floorboard. And you kind of like shove a little further and the board pops up. And you can clearly see that there's 2 tiny little chests. They're the ones like you would see on pirate ships and things, the small chests that you could put on your shoulder or carry between your 2 hands, almost ammo box size.
Nice.
Each one
gonna
has
pull
a
those out.
big fat padlock on it.
That's fine. I'm going to pull both of them out.
Okay, maybe on your
dun.
next turn you can.
We got loot and we got chickens. All right.
First you get the loot, then you get the chickens,
And you got some egg-laying hens too.
and
Right.
then you get the women.
Okay. So last
So
but
we got
not
some-
least.
Okay.
We got
I
some
was
fancy women and some peasant women, or woman and kid. All right.
It's worth noting that in the Scarface impression, that does make chickens equivalent to power.
He who has the fowl has the power.
Before I count my chickens, I'd like to just check and see if there's anything else super valuable, anything valuable in here other than food and chickens.
And
Like
now
something
that
that
it's well
Can I
lit,
Person that's gonna knife you in the back. I mean,
Yeah. That too.
small little doll-like child-sized figure comes running out and just cuts your groin off. Okay, so now that you've got this room well lit, it's a lot easier to make that perception check. Go for it when you're ready.
Yeah.
she cut my
Okay.
dingleberry.
There we go.
Look at that. As immediately you look around, and when you do, you notice that over in the corner here, hidden, just out of sight from the candlelight, are a maybe 20-year-old boy in some classic peasantry outfits, basically ripped, stitched, somebody else's cast out hand-me-downs, and a younger boy, and he's like kind of protectively got the kid, in his hand with one arm holding his shoulders to keep him from squirming, and the other hand firmly clutched extremely hard and uncomfortably over the kid's mouth. So much that you're pretty sure from the body language the kid is struggling for his life.
Oh.
He's
You must
basically
free the kid.
suffocating him
Yeah.
by covering his
He's a
mouth.
bandit holding the poor kid hostage.
Yeah.
Whatever you have to do
So-
to sleep at night.
I'm going to point my spear at them and point it to the door and say, "Go."
Oh, that's right. You're a spear guy.
Yeah.
Okay, give me, and I'll give you a blue dice because you're menacing. Give me a coercion check to see if the kid listens.
Oh,
I
very
forget.
good.
Our spears reach or
yay.
no?
You know what?
Okay, I got it in there for you.
Oh, I guess that was dumb, but oh well.
What's
No, you're
dumb?
no. Well, no, not so dumb.
As
Yeah,
you're
when you're
just
working
like,
on a one green, it's not dumb.
as you're like, graw, 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 and what should have totally been a coercion to convince them to go, sounds like a blood oath that you will end their lives any second. His eyes doubled in size of shock and awe, and the struggling page under his grip is squirming and kicking and thrashing like, just let go of me so he can kill you and I can escape.
And you can take a strain back if you
And
have
you
some,
have an
because you
advantage.
obviously were very convincing.
Yes, I will take a strain back.
He's like, I got this.
I got this. I see. They use too many words. I just said one, so I'm good at this.
I forget. It's spear reach.
I
Is
think,
it? Or I guess there's no reach in this, is there? No.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know in Terranoth, one of the weapons, the polearm class, does count as having extended.
Extended? Is that
Yeah,
what they
you
call
reach
it?
out to
Yeah.
short instead of
Yeah,
just
except for
engage.
pole arms are like 10 to 15 feet long.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is probably a boar spear, which is not very long, so.
Well, there's two types of spears.
Well, there's
Hold
more
on,
than that,
I'll
but yeah.
look it up.
But yeah, I mean, I'm assuming Viking is probably like a boar spear, has the cross guard that keeps you from spearing through the frickin' pig.
Actually,
Having the warrior you spear pull himself onto the shaft to get to you.
Right?
Exactly.
You may have gotten me, but I'm going to finish you off with my teeth.
is it a well? Okay, yeah. There's light spears and spears. So
In the game, in the game.
yeah,
Okay.
I have a light spear.
I assume I do too. Let me see.
The
I just wrote spear. Oh yeah, mainly light. It's
that's a light spear.
Yeah.
The normal spear is immediately heavy. It does one more damage. It's bigger, obviously, and isn't defensive.
And
Well, yeah, because it's longer, unwieldy, or not as easy to.
And then you have the pike, which you have to prepare.
Oh shit!
It's that big.
you gotta plant that
Nice.
sucker into the ground.
Its range is short instead of engaged.
Okay, there you go.
Yeah.
That's good.
Because a pike is like 15 feet long. So
Yeah. Okay, so there are quote unquote reach then. So
halberd
Alright.
So,
is engaged.
all right.
top
Now
of
what's
the
happening?
order, all of a sudden, those of you in the living room get some notice as you hear some crackling and popping, and then there's a pop sound, and like cinders go, a small rain of cinders come down from the roof.
Time to go.
As it looks like the fire is roughly 4 squares worth of, it's not just 1 square anymore.
Oh my gosh.
And then, there's another shriek outside when they realize they're running in all different directions, but they see the Baron's, cottage is on fire.
Cottage.
Unfortunately, he was
Hey.
still making the indentured people to build him a castle. So people are doing things. You've got some submission happening as these women make some yelly noise, and they're walking down the hallway. They come by, and they totally see the barbarian pointing his spear at some children, and one of the women screams and says, "Not the page, not the stable boy!" And the girl kind of pushes her forward to go to the room just as they look and see cinders falling down at the dinner table where you're telling them to go, and they're just like, these barbarians have burnt the house. And who's going first?
So I give an indignant look over at Dagon, like, crap, really? As
between you guys, there's this rain of cinders sprinkling down ever so slowly.
Yes, I will pull my shield up over the lady and the little child and kind of grab them and cover them and guide them over towards the door.
They will comply. I mean, you did have them sit at a table that is now going to probably catch fire soon. As the cinders are burning the tablecloth.
They're peasant woman and boy or girl, I forget.
Now you can actually get a better look, because remember before she had the child covered up. It is a boy, and he's wearing very fine sleeping garb.
So the boy is of
the
stature,
but
he's
not wearing the is of wealth.
Women or the woman.
The woman's wearing something that may have been fashionable, a couple years ago, but is probably hand-me-downs of something passably nice.
So she's the boy's nanny.
Maybe.
Okay. Well, like I said, I will guide them over.
If you want to give me a vigilance, you might figure that out.
I'm assuming she's a peasant. But
it's all in his pouch,
I'll
she
move
gets
them
your
over
dagger
here
and stabs you with your scythe.
for now.
And the other three women are just like squealing.
I'm of upper status, so I understand some of that, even though their stuff looks different.
Mm-hmm. Okay, but she is complying is the important part.
Yep.
And the child has literally got this like bone and meat and still just gnawing on it, regardless of being rescued by the burning table. The meat is totally got the kid's attention.
I don't blame them. I mean, it looks pretty damn good.
So who's going next?
Well, let's see. I heard Leaf in here, so I'll go find out what he's doing in here.
As soon as you pop your head in, you see Leaf's sword. It's got like the first 2 inches covered in little bits of blood, and there's a elderly, especially by your standards, man who's got a big portly belly, and he's sitting behind a desk that has books and scrolls everywhere. And Leaf is totally poking him and saying, "Come, old man, follow me. Do as I say." And the old man is like mumbling things as he's like poked him 4 or 5 times in his gut.
Jeez.
As Leaf just looks at you with this incredulous look and says, "He's not listening."
I think he's lost too much blood, Leaf. I will check over the guy.
The guy's got lots of little wounds, but he will probably survive them. Unless you want to speed him on his way.
Do you have any jewelry?
He has this very ornate chain necklace that seems to go from like mid-shoulder across his chest to mid-shoulder and behind his back.
Oh, he's a maester.
That has it's definitely gold, and it has some kind of shiny stones inset into it. Totally not a European badge of office.
Different metals?
Nope, it's just one metal. It's totally a European badge of office.
Yeah, like I said, not a maester then.
Well, I guess we will have to relieve him of it.
He totally starts to give you protest as you grab it and rip it off him. And then you have a sword.
I don't know. I don't have a sword.
Your Leaf's sword is right there because he's been poking him. You know, he was going to totally say some shit to you. And then Leaf's sword tip pops up a couple inches from his face.
All that shit in that room gonna be gone. Damn it.
Yeah, well.
The one building with the most potential going to burn down.
Okay, I'll look around the room, see what else is in here.
You notice that there's many books on shelves, and some of the shelves have little cubby boxes like you'd see at a preschool, shoved full of scrolls.
And of course, we can't read any of it, and we wouldn't care anyways.
I don't know about that.
I'm going to actually look for maps.
Ooh. Okay. Go ahead, and that might be a thing that a coastal duke would have. Give me a perception.
Could I do a navigation instead?
No, because you have to look for the map. But good try, though.
Okay.
Okay. That's right. But
you navigated your way to not seeing it.
It's not worth a...
It might be. Why wouldn't it be worth one? One success! In fact, you look over and there's a bunch of rolled up scrolls that you totally see some red X's that looks like the three, invasion points that your group came to. And that map of the coastline and the river that goes to some place called Paris gets your interest.
Okay. Is there like a map tube or something around here that I could shove them in?
I will say yes, you do find something empty and hanging to handily put a map in.
Okay, I will do that.
As Leaf looks at you and says, "What should we do with this one?" I don't like the way he looks at you. And totally at the bottom of the initiative order, after you say that, he will run the old man through. Okay, who's going next?
I'll go and pull the 2 little treasure chests out from under the floor.
Okay, give me a athletics check.
Let me know when you're ready.
Go for it.
Wow!
Holy shit!
Wow. I mean, look at that. 3 greens with 2 pips per. I mean, that's pretty impressive.
I mean,
yeah.
You start to reach in to pull them out, and then their weight just astonishes you. And you kind of like drop to one knee when you realize just how heavy these chests are. And then, what would you like for the advantage? The mountain of advantages you rolled. Wow.
Can I trade all that in to just make another attempt?
I will give you that, yes, you double your effort.
You wiggled it free.
And you pull these chests out with only like one of them having a mild damage that slowly has a few coins trickling out ever so slowly. But you failed to notice that in that little crawl space, there was more than just those 2 chests.
Oh well. More to get next time.
It'll make a beautiful ingot after you dig through the dust.
Yes, out of the ashes.
Okay, so you have these 2 chests that you are 110% sure are stacked to the gills with guilders, or whatever the gold coins of France was.
Ducats.
Hey, I earned some more ducats at TGG tonight. Nothing like leaving the game store with $15 of, poker chips.
There you go.
Nice.
Okay.
So, is it down to me?
I think so.
Okay. Well, considering the smoke and other signs of fire, I'm going to throw a couple of things in their arms and push them to the door and then grab some chickens on my way out.
Okay, so are you using threats of physical violence to motivate them?
I mean, I'm just grabbing and put them. I'm not. Yeah, I guess it's threats of physical violence.
Okay, they will comply to that.
Okay.
That would be an automatic when you shove them and throw shit in their hands, they will like, okay, we don't want to die.
And that's a great place to wrap it up there. Thank you for joining us on Ragnarok and Roll, where the world of Midgard comes alive through the Genesys RPG. If you enjoyed today's tale, don't forget to rate and review and subscribe wherever you get your favorite podcasts. Want to become a part of the saga? Follow us on patreon.com/cppn and support us for exclusive content, early access, and behind-the-scenes stories for our various RPGs. Until next time, may the gods watch over your journey. May your blade stay sharp and your saga echo throughout eternity.